Hey everybody, it's Chris here, back with another Movie Memories Monday. I believe this is 103? Yeah, I believe it's 103, because 101 was Mario, 2 was Flintstones. So this one took me a minute to actually kind of figure out which movie I wanted to do next, because there's a few others I do want to do, but I'm just not sure when I want to do them. Um, and this is going to be for a movie that I was around when it came out again, 2005. Yeah, so this movie came out 2005. I was 13 when the movie released. It's going to be for, I think it's a pretty good classic. It's called Robots. Made by, at the time, the creators of Ice Age, so Blue Sky Studios, which is now owned, sadly, by Disney. I don't consider this a Disney movie. This is long before Disney ever bought them. Ugh. But I'm so thankful, though, that this was made beforehand. This movie, though, was phenomenal. I do think it's actually a lot better now than I remember it being. When I was young, I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it was the animation was really well done. I think the humor was very well done at the time, and even more nowadays. I think it's even funnier than I remember it being. Especially since Robin Williams is Fender in this movie. He is the Red Robot. His comedy definitely makes this movie even funnier than it already was. The story plot was pretty much just about this guy. I forgot his name. Not sure if it shows it. It's pretty much about like a father and son. Kind of chemistry movie, which is rarely done, especially in animated movies. And it's really done well here, I think. This is probably one of the better father and son kind of movies that you can find, especially for animated movies. And I think this movie and the Garfield movie actually did really well when it comes to a father-like figure. I think this one does it better than the Garfield movie does, but the Garfield movie is still good, and I cannot wait to get that next week when it comes out. But this is pretty much about Rodney and his dad. Rodney is voiced by Ewan McGregor, pretty much aka Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Star Wars prequel movies. He was one of my favorite actors up until about like a year or so ago. But he's still a good actor. I just don't think morally as a person he's as good as I thought he was. But in terms of his acting, he does a good job of this, but I don't even recognize his voice at all. Amanda Bynes plays Fender's sister in the movie, and she is absolutely hilarious in that role. I honestly thought her and Rodney were about to get spoiler alert with this video. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers about the movie. I thought her and Fender were going to be the couple of the movie, but nope, it's actually the what's the word, like the villain's secretary, who is actually good. It just didn't realize how terrible her boss was up until recently. And then she also met Rodney, and obviously she and Rodney become very close and liking each other. And they're looking for Maxwell, someone who owns a business, helping old robots, stay active, stay more around, live longer, pretty much what it is with new parts. And his company got taken over by the villain. I forgot her name, the mom or something like that of the main villain is definitely the more menacing, I guess, of the two. They're both her and her son are the ones trying to take over Max. Is it Maxwell? Big Weld. Why am I saying Maxwell? Big Weld's company. Big Weld is his name, I believe. I'm thinking of Dick Van Dyke mixed with this. But Big Weld is the one that Rodney is looking for, not Maxwell. Big Weld. But anyway, he's trying to show him his invention and realize how terrible that the person who's running it now is running it to the ground, trying to pretty much get rid of all of the old robots and only making it new to get more money. And this movie is just so well done. The bond between Rodney and his dad was really well done, I think, in this movie. So I know the actors of Ewan McGregor, Halle Berry, not my favorite actress. I don't know Greg Kinnear. I know Mel Brooks. I know Amanda Bynes. I know Drew Carey, and I believe he was Big Weld. And Robin Williams was. Oh no, wait. Drew Carey wasn't him. I'm trying to remember who he was. Drew Carey was a different robot. He was like the yellow robot with like a three-wheeled bottom. I forgot it was kind of what it was called, but that's Drew Carey. I can't remember who plays Big Weld. I think it's Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is Big Weld, I believe. But this movie was just so well done. The humor is great, and for a 2005 movie that came out almost 20 years ago now, it is phenomenally visually, and I'm glad I got a Blu-ray copy of this movie. I'm going to track down to see if there's a VHS copy or not. I'm going to assume there might be since it was 2005 when this came out. in theaters and also on home video. So I'm going to assume it was released on DVD first and VHS, and then probably years down the road, a Blu-ray version came out later. But I'm definitely excited that this is, I think, the same unboxing of this movie I've actually had for years. This movie is just so well done. The characters are great. The humor is really well done. Granted, there's some inappropriate stuff in this movie, and definitely some adult humor that's not my kind of cup of tea, but the standard humor, the like Robin Williams character, Fender. Or is it Fender? Bender? I think it's Fender. Did I get that right? Please tell me I got that right. It doesn't say. It does not say. I'm assuming it's Fender. But let's just say though his character was so hilarious. He's the dumb character who's done really well. Because Robin Williams does characters that aren't that are both hilarious and sometimes depending on the character smart and sometimes depending on the character stupid. And I think that what they did with Fender is hilarious. He's definitely one of my favorite characters in the movie. Fender's hilarious. Amanda Bynes' character's funny, but I really like the part where what was her name? Aunt Fanny. She is pretty much a caretaker of these robots like Fender and Amanda Bynes' character. I forgot her name offhand. Drew Carey's character, I believe. But from what I remember, right, she has like a big rear. That's pretty much why they called her that. And when it comes to the character, I think one of my favorite scenes is when she was being introduced to Rodney and accidentally pushed him because of her backside against the wall and dragging him apart where the paint is actually scraping off his body. I think that was hilarious. And then she's like, "Oh, where'd your friend go?" And then Fender's like, "He just got rear-ended." I think that's just absolutely one of the funniest scenes. And then also the scene when he first meets Rodney and taking many pictures of him with a camera and says, he's like, loving it, loving it, loving it. It's just, I really want to watch this movie again now today. Probably, I kind of want to watch it again. This movie is just so well done. I think it's really good. I'm surprised there was never a sequel. There was a video game based off it released for the PlayStation 2. I don't remember if it was ever released for the original Xbox or the GameCube at the time, or even a GBA, but I just know that there was a PS2 version of the game, and I remember seeing it, and I think I may have played a little bit of it, but I don't remember if it was good or not. I just know this movie was good when I was younger, but even better as an adult. I do recognize more of the humor in it. A lot of it can be inappropriate, so be wary on that part, but other than that, it's a great film. It's not flawless. It does have some flaws, but it's still a very good film. No, I wouldn't say it's clean. It's not 100% clean. But it is funny. I definitely recommend seeing it if you haven't seen it by now. But tell me in the comments below what you guys and girls think about this video. What do you think of Robots? I thought it was a really great movie. I'd say a good out of 10. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. I really did like it. See you next time, and God bless.